Hello, welcome to the Talking Podcast, your favorite and number one podcast platform. My name is David Mvita. Thank you so much for joining us this week. I'm super excited. And by the way, happy new month. I hope that this is going to be an amazing month ahead of us. And of course, we are back here on this channel. We have a special guest, of course. She's an artist. And the topic for this week is art as a business. Well, she's done quite a number of incredible and amazing things here in Rwanda. And she's currently actually running an exhibition, okay? So make sure that you stay glued to this channel and follow along this conversation as we talk about her journey. Hello, how are you? And welcome to the Talking Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, super excited to have you here. And finally, good to meet you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, amazing. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm working, so yeah, I'm a bit busy.
Oh, interesting. So, basically, you would have to start by introducing yourself so that our beautiful people they can know who the guest is today on the show.
Yeah. Okay. So my name is IRAKARAMA Eloise. I am 22 years old and I'm Rwandese, and I am a self-taught pencil artist working in Kigali, Rwanda. And I am currently holding an exhibition in Envision gallery at Gishushu, and yeah, that's basically it.
Interesting. Amazing. So you just mentioned you are a self-taught pencil artist, right?
Yes.
Okay. How does it make you feel being an artist?
Well, it's a passion. I've been doing this like literally since I was a child. I've been drawing, but it was more of a hobby back then. But then I started working on the collection I have for my exhibition back in 2020, when we were in the quarantine. Yeah, so before that, I used to do commissions, like portrait commissions. Like they would ask me to do a portrait for them, and that's what I did like straight after high school. But then in 2020, in the quarantine, I did a commission for a friend of mine, and then we're talking, and then she asked me why haven't I like done something more big with my art, because for me it was just a hobby. But then she talked me into it, and then I had all the time in the world, so everybody was at home doing nothing, so I was like, why not, let's give it a try. So I bought professional materials, bigger papers and all that to start making professional work. And bit by bit, I started learning more like art as a profession, what like more professionals do, and it was like a journey of learning and creating. And hopefully, thank God it turned out great. I made a collection, which is the Saga of Emergence, which is the theme of my exhibition. And yeah, I finally had my first art exhibition, and it went great.
Amazing. I would like to take you a bit back. What really inspired you or motivated you to really take art seriously?
Well, apart from that conversation I had with my friend, art to me has always been more of a hobby, but also a passion. Not also just art of drawing, but like anything that's artistic, from like fashion to makeup, to anything that's artistic for me has been a passion. But this specifically, what motivated me to do it, other than the conversation with my friend that spiked it, I wanted to do something to like to make it something that defines me in my career, even as I grow up. Well, I asked myself, like, what do I want to be doing when I'm 30, when I'm grown? What do I want like people to know me for? And art has always been a part of my life, so I was like, let me try to do this professionally. So I like looked for like people who do the same, because pencil art is very rare. Like when you say art, mostly people what they think of is like the paintings with the oil paintings, the colors, all that. But like pencil art is not that common. So I was looking for like professionals who do it as a career. And then I got that inspiration, like if that's like really cool, I could also do it. So I gave it a shot and I did it. And from it came out that collection of the Saga of Emergence, which is a theme for my collection, which I had an exhibition about. So yeah, that's it.
Interesting. So today we're looking at this, art as a business. How would you describe art as a business?
Art as a business, yeah. Well, it's it's a tricky thing because like business and because art on the side, it has like two sides: art on the side of the creator, the artist, and then on the side of the people who also make the business, which is the buyers too. Because art, for as an artist, you can make art just to make art, and it's your thing because it's like a passion. And in this art specifically, like this art that I'm doing, pencil art, like paintings, it's a tricky business, kind of like if you don't know it really well, you cannot. If you like me, like how I was before, if you just do it as a hobby, you can never think of it as an art. But you have to like approach the people who do that as a career and see what they're doing and how they have transformed their passion, something they just do as a hobby, and then turn it into something that gives them something to live from. Like it's like a source of income for them. So art as a business is specifically paintings, like art for paintings, because the art itself is very, very wide, like very diverse, music, all that. So specifically for this one, paintings, art as with that, there's definitely business there. It can even be a career if you're invested, if you know your craft. It can be a business, it can be a career. So, but for people who don't know it, they can never like think of, oh, I'm gonna be a professional artist. But yeah, there's businesses in art.
Awesome. So I'm curious, how was it for you to position yourself as an artist into business, in the business field now, since it was just a hobby? But how was the experience of you positioning yourself now that you're a professional artist, a pencil artist, and that people should be able to pay for the work that you're doing?
Yeah, it was a bit of a transition, I'm not gonna lie, because like if you could see the work that I'm doing now and the one I did before, it's very different. You can see there's a bit more of a professionalism, because when you take something that you just normally do,
you get ashamed when you look at where you're coming from.
Not really, because a bit sometimes when I go like way back, I'm like, oh my god, what is this? But yeah, you see it more as a journey of like growth and learning, because like I said, I'm a self-taught pencil artist, so it wasn't that good because nobody like told me like this is how it is, this is how you should do it. But for me, I see art as creations, and there's like no rules on creating something. So I see it more of a journey of growth, and it actually kind of makes me happy to see that, oh, this time I didn't know how to draw this, but now on this level I can do this perfectly. So it gives you a sort of happiness, and you knowing that you've grown from one stage to another. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you can be more specific, like you're currently in Rwanda, how's been the business going so far in the Rwandan market for the type of art that you're doing?
Well, now that, because like I'm a Rwandese also, so I'm like a local artist. So there's a bit of it's like negligence, because like most Rwandans don't like appreciate art like in like developed countries. Like for example, like in Europe, there are like these big museums which have big artists, and like people really take that seriously. Like they actually have a museum for that. We don't have that here yet, but and I know that people appreciate art and they see it, and yeah, there are like collectors also in Rwanda, like local collectors too. That's a good thing, but like it's not yet to the level that in like developed countries, like in Europe, like art, when you say art, it's like a really big thing. They respect it, and they see it as a great profession. But what I would say, like in Rwanda, it's not yet on that level, but it's not bad, because from these, like I just did my exhibition 2 weeks ago. I've received a lot of great like feedback, like people, like I can see now people that are interested. Like you put something out there, and like I see people I didn't know before that they're like, oh, your art is great, I love it. And you can see that they're like actual local Rwandans who love art and they like really appreciate it and they go out and they see it and they show up to like your exhibition to see it. So yeah, it's there.
Interesting. You just mentioned about the current exhibition that you are conducting.
Yeah.
What does it take in Rwanda for a pencil artist to launch such kind of an exhibition?
For an exhibition, not even just for like a pencil artist, for an exhibition, you first of all need a collection of art. So I had a collection of 10 pieces, and those collections have to be like cohesive or like have a similar thing that represent them, which would then make your theme. So mine, it's themed the Saga of Emergence. It's a collection of 10 pieces which portray a female figure, like a woman, in all different ways, from like her figure, her face, emotions, and it's a mixture of things, but which all are centered to a woman and how she is and what she represents in an artistic way. So to have an exhibition, you need a collection and a theme and of course a place. So yeah, mine is at the gallery, Envision Gallery, right now.
Interesting. How much does you, pencil artist here in Rwanda, get support from government?
From the government? It does not always have to include the government, because you on your own, you do that. It's like your work, and then all you need after, when you as artists, you have the collection and a theme, all you need is a place to show that. And there are galleries, or they also do exhibitions at Kigali Public Library, but mostly it's galleries. But you can also have like a store. You just need a place. But I chose a gallery because gallery and art, that's. Okay,
I asked that because many people out there, especially young people, you find that they're talented, okay? They know that they're talented and they're good at this, but they keep on maybe saying that they do not have the support. And if you ask them, what type of support do you need? They'll say, we need support from the government.
No, I get what you mean now. The support from the government. I think that's because like some artists, like they're not like encouraged to do their craft professionally, because when they put the word professional on something they just used to create at home. They think that it has to pass through this whole procedure of the government approval, whatnot. But it's really easy actually. It's the lack of information really that out there for artists, because there's a lot of artists that just at home they paint or draw from home, but when you put that professional on it or career on it, they get scared because they think it's a whole other dimension of things. But it's really easy. You just have to have your work and be confident in it and know that it's good enough, and then you just present it to as an artist. You can look for galleries. There are a lot of galleries, like the one I'm at, Envision Gallery, Inema Arts Gallery, even Kigali Public Library. They sometimes hold exhibitions there. So I think it's the fear of trying to take to the next level what they already did, but it's not really that hard. For me, it wasn't really that hard because I already had the information. I knew the friends who already did that, so I already have the information. So I think that really goes with lack of information, because the government isn't really that involved. Like, you don't present your work to the government unless maybe you're planning something that involves the government. But all you really need is your work and the galleries, and that's really easy to find.
Amazing. This is the Talking Podcast. In case you just joined us, I'm talking to an amazing person, of course, here on the show. She's an artist, a pencil artist, and she's done quite a number of amazing work out there. Yeah, she's just sharing with us her experience and also talking on the topic, which is art as a business. So you mentioned something which is very interesting. You are currently exhibiting. Of course, you're using other people's gallery to exhibit your work, right?
Yeah.
Which also brings to attention the term partnerships. How is it easy to create partnerships in the field with people that are doing the same thing with you in order to help you also, push yourself?
Partnerships, really, they come with connections. Like I said, it's
connections. I love how you have mentioned that. It comes with connections. So guys, take note of that. Connections. Don't underestimate the power of connections.
Yeah. like really in the world that we live in, if you don't know people, if you don't put yourself out there to know friends and the friends who know friends, it's really gonna be tough. So it's about the connections. So, but it's also about going. If you don't have the connections, you can go to look for the information, because like the partnership I have with the owner of the gallery, of Envision Gallery, I know a friend of mine who's a painter, who also has her work there. So she, because I already know that she's a painter and she does her work at this place, I reached to her and I asked her, hey, how can I get my work also there? And then she gave me all the information, and then she connected me to the owner. So for me, it was that easy. So really, it's really important to have that connection, to know those people, to get those links, so that when you decide to do something professionally, you will know who to turn to.
Right.
And then they will literally connect you to that place. So it's about the connections.
Absolutely amazing. I believe you have come across to so many challenges, be it from the beginning, as you were able to, as you are still in the process of identifying yourself as an artist, also positioning yourself as a professional artist. What would you say are some of the major challenges that you've been facing?
The major challenges. Well, since I'm a self-taught artist, it was really learning. That I would say that was the challenge, because before I used to do portraits of people, that was it. But you can't just show a collection of 10 faces. That would be a bit boring. So I had to learn how to create something original, how to create something artistic. So maybe because I never attended art school, maybe in art school they teach them that creativity, how to think, how to have an idea. But for me, I had to learn that from like other artists. There's this artist who's called Juno Dry. He's a true inspiration to me. He creates things that are like beyond imagination. So from him, I learned that to create something as an artist, it's about the imagination. It's about creating something that in real life wouldn't exist, but if somebody looks at it, they'll be like, oh, I see a message through this piece of art. And that's what really art is, like provoking or like sending a message through something that's completely wouldn't be real in a realistic world and created. So I would say learning has been a challenge for me to create something bigger than what I was doing before. So the process of learning.
What's your message to somebody out there who is interested into pencil art, and they actually, hope to become professional also at the same work? What's your message to them? How can one also maybe start doing wonders in that field?
Well, it's first of all, it's to get out there, to just do it, because as I mentioned before, for me it was just a hobby. I could not see it any other way. So if you're a pencil artist and you really want to take this to the next level, you just have to get out of that. It's a hobby zone. It's that comfort zone, and just go there, invest in yourself. It's like literally investing in yourself. Buy materials that are more professional and learn. You can learn, because I learned on YouTube. There's like a million tutorials over there. You can learn and then grow your art or grow your craft to the point where you will also see and be like, wow, I've grown from one place to another. And then when you reach that place, when you've like really invested yourself and your time to learn how to take it to the next level, and then from there you make a collection, you do something, you like literally make a collection, something cohesive, and then from that you can do like I did, find a gallery, make an exhibition. Because this exhibition, making like an exhibition, it's like presenting yourself to the world that this is me, this is what I do from that collection you've made. So always try new things to upgrade what you do, so that it gets bigger, and like you also will recognize that, wow, I've grown from one place to another, and now I'm ready to present myself as a professional, because I've really put myself and my time into this, and it's really grown. So invest your time and yourself into your craft.
There you have it, beautiful listeners and viewers, wherever you are watching this from. get out of that comfort zone so that you're able to live your dream. And of course, invest in that craft because, hey, nobody will come and do that for you. You have to do so. Well, this is the Talking Podcast, a platform that brings you nothing but the very best of talks. And of course, we bring different kind of guests here to share their experience, stories, and also their knowledge. So as we wrap up now, how does the future of African art industry look like?
I would say it looks very promising, very, very successful because there's not a lot of spotlight on the African artists like locally, but like I've said, I've seen a lot of great feedback from like what I've did and locally in Rwanda. So I'll say in Africa, I know there's like a lot of other artists out there. So I think the future is I see that it's going to be very successful if we as artists believe in ourselves and just do it and get out of that comfort zone and show our work, and like people will respond. Like for me, the response I got was amazing. So I know that if we create and we put it out there and we make something big and like we really even work on it so that it'd be great, not just what we used to, but like we put our time to make it great, the people will respond and art in Africa will really get to the next level.
Last but not the least, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years as a pencil artist?
The next 5 years as an artist. Well, I obviously see myself keep still doing art, but I really want to be like an icon in the art industry. Yeah, I want to.
Amazing.
I want to create something. Also, like you had mentioned, art in Africa. I want to create a sort of like organization or enterprise that will welcome artists of all sorts, like pencil art to watercolors to paint, all that. And so that I want to create that platform or like place where artists will come and immediately get a spotlight on them, and like they can showcase every kind of art that they do, even to fashion, to anything that's art real, because art for me is such an inspiration. Like everything about art, it fascinates me. So like 5 years from now, I want to have that thing so that people would see me as an icon and see me as an inspiration to them as artists to create something, and I could be the help that they might need to get them from where they are to the next level.
Okay, interesting. I would like you to just clarify on one thing. How do you go about pricing your work as an artist?
Pricing art was really, I also took time to like research that, because as an artist, you are creating something literally original that you created. So it's kind of hard to put a price tag on something that you have created, like from nothing. You just created it. It was a blank canvas and then you just created something. So I think I personally price art looking at the value that I think it has, and also looking at the market, the market of art right now, how it is, how the pricing is generally, and then I see where my art would fit based on the value that I think that my art has.
Interesting. Well, now finally, how can one get in touch with you in case they really want to support you, they want to buy your work, and they maybe want you to do some work for them? How can they get in touch with you?
Well, if you are interested in my work, you can check out my Instagram art page at 17 Arts, or you can email me at eloiseirac@gmail.com. Or if you are in Rwanda, you can contact me at 07805-88899. But mostly my, like a literal virtual gallery, it's on my art page at 17 Arts, so go check that out.
Thank you so much, Eloise, for coming through here on the Talking Podcast. We are super excited to have you.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and we hope we're going to bring you back again for another interesting conversation.
Yeah, I look forward to that.
Amazing. Well, this has been the Talking Podcast, and my name is David Muvita. I'm your host. We have been talking to an amazing pencil artist based here in Rwanda. Make sure you do check out her work, which using the same details that she just mentioned. Okay, don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms, which is on Instagram, the Talking Podcast, and also on this very channel of YouTube, the Talking Podcast. Don't forget to share this with your friends so that they are part of it. I've been talking to Eloise, who is an artist, and of course, that was an amazing conversation we had with her. Do join us again next time as we bring you another guest at the same time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.